Now that we have 10 years and you see the range of awardees we've had, the range of work that's been done, and the really outstanding students that we've had and we continue to have, it does bring kind of a special element coming into this year.
We really want to identify students that are making a difference in our community, students who are leading with ethics.
And a focus on ethics is in itself just incredibly important for a university.
So we want to recognize that work and, in addition, use that as an example for the rest of our community of what's possible kind of in everyday common circumstances as far as ethical leadership goes.
We're still telling the stories of our first year and second year and third year stand-up awardees because they're the inspiration that helps the rest of us in the Penn State community be inspired to live our ethics and to make a difference in the world. We've had students who have made a difference in the lives of people in other countries, people who have looked at injustices that they see and have reached out in incredibly creative ways.
They often start out with seeing a problem that lots of other people have seen, but then just thinking about it more and deciding, well, I'm not going to just pass this by.
That it's important to stand up and make a difference for the values we believe in.
What's most important for me in the work I do here at the university is figuring out my role as an activist. We can be an activist in the classroom, an activist in the workplace, in administration. I've been involved in semester meetings with President Barron and different student leaders so we can have equal representation amongst different racial groups on campus. Making sure that we have a lot of initiatives oriented around diversity and inclusion. The Penn State Treasure publication was a publication I created my sophomore year because of my experience as a freshman, not knowing resources, coming from inner city, and I had to take an action because I didn't want prospective students having the same experience that I had. When I saw the Flint, Michigan water, I felt that I had no choice but to get involved. Even if Michigan is over 400 miles away, that doesn't mean that we can't help. The most important thing that I had to ensure was that I can bring some students with me, ensuring that we can put people in a position that we can solve the problems of the world today. Leadership is not about you. It's about, well, what can we do to create a better experience for everyone?
I guess my passions are supporting queer people and people who can't find support in other places. My club, which is Queer and Trans People of Color, Cutie Puck at Penn State, was needed for people who weren't getting the support they needed at home or like in communities that I guess they once felt like safe in. The violence that is being done towards queer and trans communities in general and also specifically to people of color, and those crimes aren't seen as hate crimes, and that's definitely an issue. So yeah, I think it's very necessary that like a place like Cutie Puck exists. I would say that ethical leadership includes people who want to support other people and give them a voice.
Gladwell, 41 years old. Say her name.
Say her name.
Say her name.
I'm a very introverted person. I don't love being in the spotlight. Speaking for other people that I care about in a way that also respects like their work as well as mine. Just allowing myself to be vulnerable in front of strangers and advocate for people that I care about means a lot. I'm very much pro giving people a voice, so I guess I've kind of learned to give myself a voice.
I had always been drawn to environmental sciences and working with my hands and working really closely with people. I'm very much a people person, and so it felt like food was kind of the connector for all of those pieces. Over the past 3 years, we've been developing the Sustainable Food Systems program. That program has allowed us to build a student farm here at Penn State. was really difficult for a while. No resources at the start, and now we have a 1-acre farm that produces over 10,000 pounds of food and sources to all the dining commons and has representing students in all corners of campus. It's really a wonderful way to teach people about sustainability and using that as a guide for moving through your day ethically. Not many people have thought about pest management on a farm and how it might relate to, water conservation, or they haven't thought about how, workers' pay relates to the food security of their family. And so thinking about every day the social, the economic, and the ecological consequences that are associated with your actions is really a guiding force for me. I knew that other students would have a really unique perspective, and bringing them into the conversation would only make our program more robust. Paying mind to what other students are interested in and how they understand sustainability or how they want to be leaders in the future, I wanted to be the person that supported and uplifted them in the development of this program.
None of them are doing it for recognition. But when they get that recognition, they realize, oh, okay, this is something that is important, not just to me, but also all these other people in the campus community.
For me, being acknowledged by the Rock Ethics Institute, it shows me that my work is being noticed, but it will only motivate me to go even harder.
Brings a lot of validity to the work that we've been doing, and now that people are listening, it's a way to pull other people into the conversation.
It's just made me realize the power that my voice has and how important it is to be representing an entire community.
The award and what it represents kind of ripples out in a lot of ways.
We're all going to be incredibly proud of what has been created here. If it's in earth and mineral sciences and engineering, and on different campuses, in liberal arts, in SMEAL, in arts and architecture, and crossing many, many topics for which ethics is fundamental, then that suggests the legacy is going to be very strong.
We wanted this to be one of our signatures in the Rock Ethics Institute. We wanted to be able to say, look, our students are standing up. Let's all stand up and make a difference.